What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club. Yeah.
We are the original weird niggas from the basement.
It's your boy Haran Hargrave. Stay tuned for another episode of RTS Spotlight.
Shout out to Respect the Shooters. They owe me $100 for that drop. Salute.
A lot of niggas say they your friends, man, but don't support shit you do. Don't get no money with you. I guess me and my niggas just different.
I've been getting money with my team. I just wanna see all my niggas win. Ayy, feeling like I make them chasing dreams. And for my squad, I just want one thing. I want my niggas to win. I want my niggas to win. No, we making hella bands. Cup in the corner with friends. I want my niggas to win. I want my niggas to win. Everybody diamonds dancing. Everybody got mansions. Came from days in the basement. Me and my niggas ain't had shit. Not a dollar in my pocket, that was tragic. Started falling like Jordan, we came upon the law. My niggas, we made it go, get more guns, get more dough. We came up from nothing, had to turn nothing to something. Now we only interview with no curtains, zipping on Prometheus and feel it working. All my niggas living lavish, all this money never had this. Money harder than a bad bitch, do say pull up in the M6. We had to grind hard, started from the back. Blink my nigga ASAP and he started hustle hats. Blink my nigga Swagger, you know he rep TBP. And I'm a million months a nigga, that's just who I be, yeah. I've been getting money with my team. I just wanna see all my niggas win. Ayy, feeling like I make them chasing dreams. And for my squad, I just want one thing. I want my niggas to win. I want my niggas to win.
What up, y'all? It's your girl Lee, and you know it's another RTS Spotlight episode. We're gonna jump right into some really dope footage we have from that Graph and Friends event. Shout out to H2O because he put the whole thing on, and it was very classy and exclusive. So let's check out that video.
Yo, what up, though? Where my ladies at? Okay, I see some pretty ladies in the building. I go by the name of Chrissy Vance. From Brooklyn, like they said. Came here to spit some bars. Shout out to all the artists. DJ Trace, Graph, H2O Music. Be out here.
What's up, Casey? It's been a minute. I see you working. It's been a minute. What's
you
up?
already know.
Let's get to it, Casey.
Hey, which one you?
Yo. Chrissy Mads.
This is my single called Whoa. Video out on YouTube. This shit out one song at a time, feel me? I've been on a $1,000,000 mission, working all week, I don't need no intermission. These girls only get up in the stool with my permission. I'm the Bobby Brown, I don't all these new additions. Listen, I ain't gotta pay no more admission. See the side eyes coming from the hating chickens. I get put on, they just get put in position. These hoes getting fucked, that's how they really be winning. Now I'm going harder than the jail nigga dick. When he see the CO walking past looking thick, I ain't never need a friend, girls fake counterfeit. They can never be my sons, I'm just here to babysit. I've been through a lot of bullshit with the guys, but I realize they cannot get me, I am the prize. Build a franchise, win on these niggas, now they despise. Got your french fries, cause they get salty, I cannot lie. Whoa, 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 whoa. I got all my shooters and they ready to go. Put you in the box, fuck you with a bow. They ain't never show support now. When they want us, I be like, no. I've been on my grind, now it's time to go. I ain't never gonna stop, I'm always gonna come prepared. Cause if the elevator don't work, I'm gonna have to take the stairs. I don't mind putting that work, no repeat. And these females don't like me cause they baby daddy won't see me. Yo, gang, you know it up, but your gun is a BB. The strip club don't know money, you pretty love them see. Bitches won't catch diabetes cause they think your shit is sweet. I done learned proper etiquette, but I'm still from the street. Cause they know I does run things, but I know every. And I stay on point, we don't check that on feet. If I pull a ticket spot, it could be a murder scene. My niggas, they don't got it all, you blame it on the beam. All my niggas be rolling though, just some of them straight mean. They you wash it up and they bag it, bitches, they put it down. Yo, y'all feeling that? Y'all feeling that? What's the next one?
Set tripping, let's do it.
We Yep. Slap you in your face, little bitch. I pull your weave out. Get shot, get left there till you bleed out. Shout out to the 9 knows Bobby told you what we bout. Bitches say they coming for me, I guess they rerouted. Write the status, isn't that my name? Then I went and sent the addy, but you never came. I'm getting tired of telling these girls we not the same. And if they think I'm losing, must be mental in the brain. Bitches mad, I'm only focused on the music. Every verse I spit is fire and they keep accusing. So when they start to be mad, you see the funny movement. Bitches must want me tonight, they fucking stupid. I'm in the spot with the big homie. No, we in the section smoking big dolly. You know all my niggas swear wearing big rollies. And my best friend said the dogs be breaking and stony. I'm not set tripping on you. They know when they see me, I'ma pull up in that old blue. You up with the grip, how the grip, bitch, I'm loyal, boy. Package checks, wrap them up, aluminum foil. Whole lot of sauce, whole lot of swag. Hoes wanna be my friend just so they can brag. I'm on my shit, bitch, I'm in the bag. Put the ski mask on my face, I just tired of flag. Slap you in your face, little bitch, I pull your weave out. Get shot, get left dead till you bleed out. Shout out to the 9 knows Bobby told you what we got. Bitches say they're coming for me, I guess they rerouted. Write the status, isn't that my name? Then I went and sent the addy, but you never came. Getting tired of telling these girls we not. Alright, I'm about to fuck y'all head up one time. This is for all my sexy ladies in the fucking building. We out shit.
Chrissy Prince, Brooklyn.
I said, look how I went and got the check. The way I keep my foot up on these bitches' necks. Look at the way I go, they're gonna show respect. But that's some money anybody wanna bet. These dropping songs, I'ma get these hoes next. I'm not the only one screaming in my snacks. My fans lawyers, they feeling like what's next. I got balls, no moment that makes sense. Don't even try me cause they know I got the drop. Soon as you see the bands, pull up on the block. In all black, hands pull up like the spot. Any pussy make noise, I get in the dish. And yo, I've been hot, bitches been shot. Bitches sneaky, bitches been out. I mean, I've been on, people been torn. You never heard of cause bitch, you been poor. I've been lit, bitch, you been clipped. No, you can't sit, soft like carpet. And yo, I go off, bitches full off. Call me Presley, take your face off. Escúchame primero, wanna beat. Me llamo Especially. Cuando aparezco, ellos me editan, sí. And I just wanna fuck up your dome. Everybody know me long, with the chili to the bone. I'm coming from the stage up alone. Anybody wanna call them, everybody getting blown. Bitch, gorilla. All my niggas, they gorillas. Came in full, dinosaurs, my niggas Godzilla. UTV, rapping my Cardi B. I got shows every single time I'm trying to sleep. I need the house, my mother business, my pay fee. Then in the bed, that's why I'm going it crazy. They need rappers like me.
Chrissy Prince.
Bitches been shot, bitches sneaky, bitches been out. I mean, I've been on, people been torn. You never heard of pussy, bitch, you been born. I've been lit, bitch, you been clicked. No, you can't spit, so like carpet. And yo, I go off, bitches solo. Call me Presley, kick your face off.
Yes, thank you for listening. Give me up the Chrissy Prince, baby. Brooklyn in the building. Fire!
Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Ben Foreign Though, T-H-O. Ben Foreign Though, Facebook, Chrissy, C-R-Y-S-S-Y. Chun-Li video out on YouTube. Let me say this, I never passed 11K. That Chun-Li video is at 35,000 right now and it's still going up. You feel me? Hard work and dedication. Shout out to all the artists, like I said, Grab, H2O, DJ Trace, my bro.
Shout out to Chrissy Bands. Give it up one time for Chrissy, y'all.
Part of the plan right now. Hands up. You don't understand right now. Shit can get out of hand right now. Shit. Niggas talk shit like the drama can never pop off. Get you washed up like the laundry service drop off. Damn, I'm on fire, the prices is going up. But I think I won't grab you, pussy. Donald Trump, all they do is count me out like they got their stripes. But we find out quick, they ain't about that life. Come out the corner store, holding that Arizona and a honey bun. And them shots break, my nigga, drop the shit and run. Unapologetic, I said what I want, smile big. On the one level, they feel me, that's how I like the shit. Road warrior, lead a body and call a coroner. All this warrior, leave a track from here to Astoria. Back at it, oops, I mean back at it. I blacked out, gave the girl a dick for 2 hours until she passed out. More than a craft, more than a bag. The world is mine, hands down. Make out the man right now, hands up. So part of the plan right now, hands up. You don't understand right now, hands up. Shit can get out of hand right now, hands up. You don't understand right now, hands up. So part of the plan right now, hands up. You don't understand right now. Shit can get out of hand right now. Got that? Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of Exile. New York City, make some noise! I like this up here. I like this height right here. This is good. I can see everybody. Southside, we outside. Let's go. Money on the brain, though. All different colors like a rainbow. Frost better lay low. Trying to get whips like Django. I know what I came for. I said, damn, baby, sweeter than a mango. $1 million scheme for the bankroll. Try to get changed like Django. Hey, wait a minute, who they talking about? Been flying for a minute, don't you run your mouth. Hey, switching lanes like a NASCAR. I'm a maniac, just a soundbar. Baby, what your name is, never mind. Take it to the back and it's every time. Leave her twitching like a dope fiend. Bitch, I'm in Queens like both E's. Make a run for the money. I don't dance, I just make the crowd straight for me. In my city, yeah, they bust back. If it ain't yours, don't touch that. Real nigga, get your facts straight. Middle finger, what a fraud step. I've been busy trying to bring my own lane. Fuck around, nigga. Hands up, hands up. Money on the brain, though. Hey, all different colors like a rainbow. Frost better lay low. Hey, trying to get whips like Django. I know what I came for. Oh, I said, damn, baby, sweeter than a mango. $1 million scheme for the bankroll. Trying to get changed like Django. They don't want to see a nigga profit. Still got their hands in my pockets. Keep it moving, I don't want to talk. They're looking for a stars, yeah, I get it. Fraud niggas fucking with my energy. Till they catch 100 legs like a centipede. I know niggas catching bodies like an acrobat. But we ain't gotta talk about that. If the party clean and they show me love. Baby, push up on me with that big butt. You know I'm a freak, so I need that. Wrap it up, stab it up, put to sleep back. Drink it to my vibe on 100. Yeah, with the shits if you want it. I've been working to my money in the trash bag. Showing off. Let's go. Money on the brain, though. Oh, all different colors like a rainbow. Frost better lay low. Whoa, trying to get whips like Django. I know what I came for. Whoa, I said, damn, baby, sweeter than a mango. $1 million scheme for the bankroll. Trying to get changed like Django. Got that. We having fun yet? New York City, we having fun yet? Josh Jacobs took the night off, so he told me to take over. Let's go. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, my album Full Moon is out now. I go by the name of Exile. New York City, make some noise!
Way too many of y'all out here talking, man.
Hey!
I don't see a lot of moves.
Hey!
shorty little baby. Call me no town that lady. Bodies in your mind. See that I go by when it comes to it. So what you want to do? I like you, baby. Yeah. Selection at the level that we have. Sweet body, we may have right there with you. Elevator. You know what you do to me, you know what you bring, you know all the love that I'm trying to give to you. You do, you do, you do. We'll close here. You feel like I'm so indisposable, you keep me for no time. Loving you the only thing that's on my mind. I know who you're worried about. Hoping with that indicator. Please be there, please pay. Make you feel like I'm someone approachable. You got me with no time. Loving you the only thing that's up. We are showing you, baby. Hoping you now last night. Bodies in your mind. I'm gonna ride when it comes to it. What you gonna do? Thank you. We can get into that next joint. Switch it up for y'all real quick. Not all R&B, you feel me? Look, this one's called Rocket, feel me? So what? Feelings for you is like you. Yeah. I don't tend to reflect on memories like the past cut. When I do, I usually get depressed. Can't get about that zone. Go and chase the shit. Enemies coming down on my chest like. But I've been living right now. Ways to get to get wrapped up in what the self-business is. So I do it in my own song. Stay up on my lonesome. Cause they words they never hold them. Always in a focus. All your pressure can face the storm. And it's fine for me, yo. You was wild for me. And you still wondering how could you do this? Not take offended because you was killing me. Never thought of you ever. Stop that, for the stop that. Got that. Oh, you wanna go and top that? Say, feeling what you was right. Feeling for you was right. Tell me right now why you run down the hay. Why you do it? Why you do it? Ain't got no more day. What you gon' do? Shit. Now it's jealousy. Oh, baby, woo! I got it right. For you, I will rock it.
welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that footage. I know a lot of people were not able to make it to that event, so we're glad we could give y'all a little piece of what that event was all about. And of course, we have another RTS Spotlight with a different artist today, someone who's a little bit more unique, and I'm gonna get into why he's so unique. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Superhelpful Kwame from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn?
Yeah,
What part?
Flatbush, Bed-Stuy.
Hey!
Yeah, gotta represent.
Okay, who lives in that area?
Well, Flatbush, there's a few artists. It's mostly Jamaicans, West Indians, but culturally it's a diverse area.
Okay. So you like roti?
I do like roti a lot. I like roti a lot. I'm a Trinidadian, so.
Okay.
You come out the womb to give you roti.
Oh, it's like a rule.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's like how Jewish people have that's how we're Trinidadians.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Give you a roti.
Good to know. Now that's some intellectual knowledge. Okay, so that means, do you like Mexican spicy too? You like tacos and stuff?
Here and there. I feel like there's not too much Mexican joints in New York, but I just came from Chicago. I had some Mexican food over there.
Oh, cool. Yeah. What were you doing out in Chicago? Some music?
Working on music, linked with some producers, sightseeing, you know.
Dope.
Chicago is very rich culturally. I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you love New York? Are you like a New Yorker?
Yes, definitely. I love New York. I don't see myself leaving New York City. Like
never?
Never. I mean, I leave New York City, but not permanently. Like,
okay.
I like how Spike Lee has it.
That's because you live in a neighborhood with your people.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you can't get jerk chicken everywhere.
The rest of us just live with gentrification.
I mean, I got gentrified out of Bed-Stuy, so I know how that goes. So.
Did you get pushed on the Flatbush level?
Yeah, I got pushed. It was like, nah, no, we need Bed-Stuy, go.
Okay.
Yeah.
It happens.
It does, yeah.
So have you traveled anywhere else besides Chicago?
Spent some time in Trinidad. It's my last project. A lot of time, actually, like 6 months over there.
That's dope. Yeah. Do you feel like a connection when you're in Trinidad?
I do now. I mean, I've always done it, but I do now more because I be hitchhiking now over there, so I can get around a little bit.
You're adventurous.
Yeah, you gotta add a little adventure to your life.
Have you ever jumped out of a plane?
No. That's one of the fears. I don't like heights.
You don't like heights?
Nah.
Okay, so but what hitchhiking?
I like flying though, but not, yeah.
Okay, just not jumping out of a plane.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Flying it is cool, jumping out.
That was my dad's thing. He did the whole military thing, not me.
Oh, okay. So did you have to move around a lot for that reason?
Nah, my mom took me early. She was like, yeah.
Nice.
He wasn't in the military when I was born, but.
Okay, so you're definitely more stable.
Yeah. They had me older.
That's good to do sometimes. Yeah. Now, music-wise, did you come out the womb eating roti, writing music? Or did you eat roti first, later on you started writing music?
When I saw Little Bow Wow and Little Romeo come out, I was like the same age, so I was like, let me see if I could rap. And then...
Word?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. And then I sat on that for like 10 years and did nothing.
That is cool.
But Bow Wow and Little Romeo was the first inspiration.
Bow Wow and Little Romeo. So you're probably not as aged. Do you mind sharing your age?
I'm 27. Yeah, just turned 27.
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
So that's a good...
I don't feel like I don't have to lie about that yet.
That's dope because you are inspired by the 2000s.
I'm inspired by everything, but they just came out at like 7 years old, so I was like 7 when they came out.
Yeah, and you were like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
They doing that?
They had the elementary schools on lock.
So did you have the elementary school on lock?
I tried. It was like, yeah.
So the ladies in elementary school was like...
I had all the flyers, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards.
I'm not gonna argue with that one. Those were that was the man, and okay,
with the
got
light
you.
up kicks.
With the light up kicks. So now, did you go to college?
Went to BMCC, Baby Mama Community College in the city.
Come on, I'm about to go there.
It's a nice school. I'm not hating on it. I loved it. I love BMCC.
I never heard that one.
That's what they call it. Like,
who's they? Who's calling it that?
Maybe they didn't tell you yet, but shout out to BMTC, Tribeca.
That's okay. What'd you go there for?
I was there as a liberal arts student. I actually there to learn. I took a lot of like different subjects, like philosophy, psychology, things like that. Things I was into. So I was getting paid to go financial aid. So I was like, why not take subjects I'm into?
Learn some stuff.
Milk that system for as long as possible.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree. Baby Mama Community College. God damn it, I didn't know it was that.
The professors was actually good. They taught at NYU and Columbia too. And the classes was diverse, so got a little different dynamic.
That's what's up. Did you get to network with anybody at BMCC music-wise?
I wasn't actually releasing music until I dropped out of BMCC. That kind of happened at the same time.
Wow.
But a lot of people I was in school with, I was chilling with artists, people in theater programs, they've moved into the industry afterwards.
Did that motivate you to leave?
Honestly, it was more like I was in class and I had like opportunities with the music at the same time. It's like I couldn't do it at the same time, so. I mean, I didn't regret it. I felt like I got what I needed from college.
Right.
Yeah.
But mind over matter, your heart definitely won.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was
Okay.
like you have to write all these essays or do what you want to do. Like,
Right. Write a song that I love.
Yeah.
Or write an essay that I hate.
Yeah.
Got it. You chose the right one. So now, what kind of music would you say you put yourself in? It's 2018. We have a lot of, you got your mumble rap categories, you got your debates between hip hop and rap now, you have your freestylers, and you have your artists who just kind of do their free-for-all thing. Where do you put yourself?
I say D, that all of the above category. I do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I'm a lyricist primarily, but I care about the sonic aspect of it almost as much as lyricism.
Okay.
So I try to take different sonic influences and keep it, you know, add some depth to it.
Right. Now, what is your inspiration while you're writing? Are you someone who just writes, you know, depending on how you're feeling, your mood, your relationship status? Are you someone who's just in your mind 24/7?
Life experiences and a lot of it, some stream of conscious stuff that's in your mind. I'm glad that you said that too, but a lot of it is also life experience. I take a lot of stuff that literally happened and then kind of add some stylization to it.
Okay. What type of beats you like?
I like beats that I never heard before. That's what I tell every producer, and they kind of hate me for it. But I want to hear something that I never heard before. When I play a sound, I want to get something fresh. It could be rooted in influences from stuff that we grew up on, but I want to build upon that.
Right.
Yeah.
If you walked up to, I want to say the best producer right now in the world, right? Whoever that may be, because he's probably like
My
chilling.
producers, right?
Okay, got it. When you come to them, right? You could use 3 words. You couldn't talk, you couldn't explain. 3 words on what you want your sound to be like. What would those 3 words be?
I want it to sound like a timeless song from the future. But you said 3 words, my bad.
Sound
3
from the future.
Timeless.
We could take from
future.
the, yes, from future. Well, not future, but actual future. Okay. So you're like an alien.
I've heard that. I've heard that. Yes. My mother would actually say, she used to tell me that she's not from here. She's just like of here. She just lives here, but she's not from here.
That's sick. Nice. Do you feel like because of that, your indifference, you bring something different to your music than the rest of these artists?
Possibly. I feel like my perspective is different upon the way I look at things, but I'm still in the same environments, so I'm able to add my own spin to it.
Right. Now, how'd you grow up? Did you grow up in the hood? A Flatbush?
Someone said the term recently to me, hood adjacent. I was in the hood. I was in the project, near the projects in Bed-Stuy, right before it got gentrified.
But you wasn't in.
I wasn't. I was right across the street.
Classy.
Where Moses Def actually grew up on Roosevelt Projects, Bed-Stuy.
Oh, wow.
So directly across. So I seen it go from weekly shootings to like
Bagels.
90. Yeah, Connecticut muffin.
Yes.
Yeah.
They got good stuff.
It upsets me when I see them, just
They're
because.
expensive.
Not because of that though. I just miss the old Bed-Stuy sometimes. Yeah.
You gotta miss the old culture.
Like
definitely.
the old Kanye, the old Bed-Stuy. Like things change.
Gonna have a moment of silence for Kanye. He's going through a lot, but it's okay. Now, do you feel like you're a woke rapper? There's a lot of, you know, it happens in every generation, and you know, we have our own conscious rappers. Are you conscious in any way?
I feel like I was kind of born conscious.
So you were born with a roti in your mouth. Conscious.
And conscious.
Nice.
I won't say born conscious, that may come off wrong, but my parents are older, so they kind of was in the civil rights era. They had me like 35, so my parents actually was around a lot of people that wrote a lot of the conscious books.
Nice.
So I was kind of had that perspective as a youth, but I was kind of jaded with it though.
Okay.
Like Huey from the Boondocks. Like a lot of stuff used to annoy me when I was younger.
Yes. I love the Boondocks. That's funny. Now, did you grow into that and start to adapt some things for yourself?
Yeah. I mean, you have to learn to adapt. You have to learn to adapt and adjust and take what you know is true to you and keep to you. And then also some things can also add to you.
What do you feel like your parents have added to your life as an artist?
My perspective, just the way I've always seen things and done things kind of unorthodox, has allowed me to make kind of the impact that I've wanted to make so far.
Right. Do you feel like your experience is a little different as an artist because you started a little later on in your years? You know, you weren't like that kid that was just like ripping and rhyming everywhere, you know? You got to grow up, find yourself a little bit, and then get into music?
Yeah, truthfully, like I knew I wanted to do music. I've been doing music for like the last 5 years or so.
Okay.
But growing up and doing the music has led me to have valuable life experience that I wouldn't have had otherwise if I just come out and got popping immediately.
Right.
So I do, that experience is very valuable. It's very valuable.
3 inspirations, dead or alive.
Musically or anything?
Look at you. I never got asked that before. I want to do 2 categories. Let's start with music.
Music, dead or alive?
Dead or alive, top 3. Here we go.
Bob Marley? Let me see. Nas. Andre 3000.
God damn it.
Those are the 3 music. Life-wise, I say still Bob Marley.
Yeah?
Yeah, still Bob
It goes for
Marley.
both.
Yeah, I'm from Bob Marley Boulevard, you know,
Yeah?
Flatbush, yeah.
You gotta do that.
Aaron McGrutter and Carl Jones created the Boondocks. Like, I don't want to separate them. Just
Okay.
let me see. Last one. Life-wise. Malcolm X. Throw him up there.
I just want you to know, you brought the roti to the table, and you made it a little spicy, okay?
Gotta have
Your
the spice in the roti.
inspiration is definitely something I've never heard before. So, music-wise, I gotta hear it. You're wise, definitely. Bob Marley, I don't need a why for Bob Marley. People watching at home don't need a why for Bob Marley. Okay? He doesn't need a why.
It comes off.
Nas.
I feel like Nas was always the greatest. Like, just Nas was always the greatest. Like, he sets the precedent. He sets the bar. I feel like for what hip hop is, because Eminem was my favorite when I was younger, and Eminem's favorite was Nas. So it's like I liked Eminem's antics, but the whole style and how you put the stuff together, I feel like Nas kind of established how rap was gonna, or lyrical rap was gonna be,
Right.
for 20, 25 years. Like, so you gotta give Nas his props.
Classy. Your last was?
My last project?
Yes.
I just put out the Platinum Blonde EP like a few days ago. Platinum Blonde EP. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere.
Nice.
But I took like a 2-year hiatus before putting that out and dropped some music with that, like 2 singles. I've Been Living in Tombstone. And Platinum Blonde EP is 5 songs. Yeah.
Nice. Where can we find these stuff at?
You can search Superhelpful Kwame to find them. My SoundCloud is Superhelpful BK. It should still be up on there. And, but Superhelpful Kwame should be out. YouTube, SoundCloud.
That is lit. Let's go back to life inspiration. Malcolm X. Why?
I feel like Malcolm.
Because that's the tricky one. You know, there's always the Malcolm people, and then there's always the Martin people.
Truthfully, for a while, it took me some time to realize that people weren't really Malcolm people at times. I feel like I've always seen Malcolm as like, oh yeah, obvious.
Right.
But I didn't really get that. Some people would see Malcolm and be like, nah, you gotta assimilate more. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of felt like he really looked at it fully and seen what things were, to the point where he was just like, nah, I can't really rock with that. So I feel like Malcolm was a real one in a time when it was harder to be. So I gotta give him props for standing the line and saying that what he had to say at that time was incredible.
So you're like a risk taker. You can relate to that.
Not intentionally. Sometimes
it comes upon you.
Who you are puts you in situations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, your Boondock reference.
Yeah.
That's an inspiration. Why?
Yes, I love the Boondocks because I feel like the Boondocks pulled no punches. They went in on everybody. And they made it funny and accessible. So even if you weren't of the woke community, you could still, my hood friends love the Boondocks just as much as my woke friends love the Boondocks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they made the message accessible to everyone and made it entertaining.
Nice. I like your brain.
Thank you.
Very large. Very large. Now, favorite superhero growing up?
Favorite superhero?
You have one?
I have one now. Like,
yeah?
Say growing up, I was like, back then, let me see.
Or now?
Now.
Did it change?
I mean, it was Daredevil when I was younger, so you said risk taker. It was Daredevil when I was younger.
See?
Like, yeah.
Uh-huh. And now?
Now, probably, I like Deadpool. I like Deadpool a lot.
Deadpool is a very mature, classy individual.
I wouldn't say classy for Deadpool.
I feel like you could use it for him. You could use it for him. He carries himself pretty well in certain situations. He's a good representation of a superhero.
I like Deadpool.
Have you seen Deadpool 2?
No, I haven't yet. And I'm a fan of Atlanta, so I know Van from that is in it, so I want to see that, but still haven't seen Deadpool 2.
Atlanta, why do you like that?
It's surreal, and it's about the come up in the music industry, and I feel like people really don't get how literal it could be. I feel like they're not even making stuff up in Atlanta. They're just taking literal events and showing you how absurd and crazy it is, and that's why I love it.
Now, because your mind is very open, okay, I know you've seen he likes to go very deep into a lot of interpretation in that show. Do you understand these interpretation and these weird episodes that people call a little bit weird? Are you ever uncomfortable when you're watching Atlanta?
Atlanta's almost uncanny at times, where it's like deja vu at times watching Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta is a very wild show. It's very I like it. It's very deep. Yeah.
Okay. I like you. I want to listen to your music.
Thank you.
And that's why I'm glad I met you before I heard your music, because sometimes when you have a lot in your brain, it's very hard to interpret when you hear it through speakers. So I wanted to definitely get to know you and have the people at home get to know you too. What can you say to young people who are rapping, who are trying to find themselves as artists, who don't really know what their style is, what they like to write about, what their sound is? Do you have any advice for them?
Stay true to yourself, because the goal marks that they give you, a lot of the time it's just smoke and mirrors. So know what you want to do when you're making your art and the purpose for making your art, and stick to that.
Nice. 10 years from now, where do you see yourself as an artist?
I see myself in multiple mediums, still innovating.
Okay.
Yeah, doing different things in art still, but innovating.
What is your goal with your talent? If you had one. Because you're going to cross paths where you definitely are going to be useful in different ways, but if you could just finish it off, if they put this on your tombstone, like he did his thing in this, what do you think that's going to be?
I like to wake people up, and I say it because I feel like I was woken up young, and I had to kind of grow up in Babylon in some ways, like how Bob Marley referred to it. So I would like to make it so in the future, people that live a certain way or think a certain way wouldn't necessarily have to be, you would have more of a community for oppressed peoples that would be more progressive and wake people up and lead to that. And I think that's always been my mission, though, musically.
Right. Now, can we ever see you perform?
Yeah, I do shows in the city. I'm about to work on some tour things real soon. I'm about to bring it across country and internationally, but I'm doing shows over the city in the summer.
Okay. For those who are just tuning in, where can we find you at?
Superhelpful BK on social media, and Superhelpful Kwame, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, and all of that. YouTube Music. I'm sure there'll be another one by the time this interview airs.
But there probably will be, so we can definitely keep up with him, follow him. We're going to put all his info on the bottom of the screen so you know where to find him. You can go to some shows and see what he's all about. I'm very excited for your, I want to say trust the process, because we say it all the time, for your process in this music industry, because when you're different, you definitely have something to give people that's going to change the industry. That's what a lot of people don't do, is change the industry. They kind of keep it going, but they don't really shake it up.
I like
so
what Daenerys,
I'm excited for you to shake it up.
Burn the wheel.
Burn the wheel.
Burn the wheel.
Ooh, I like that.
For my Game of Thrones fans.
Yeah, you have to connect it all the way to Game of Thrones. There's always a connection. There's always a connection quote to Game of Thrones. That's lit. Thank you for coming today. It's been another RTS Spotlight. Anything you want to shout out? You might have like a best friend, or you want to shout out your mama or something? Shout out to my city. I love New York City. I love New York City. Shout out to New York City. Keeps you going. It does. If you can't make it here, you can't make it anywhere. Would you ever sing on the subway? Yeah. Yeah? I feel like that nowadays. I mean, just for no reason, not even for money, just to sing. Just to sing. Bet. Well, you might see him singing on the subway, but if not, you've seen him here on RTS Spotlight. Make sure to tune in for another episode.
Hey, clap it up! Hey, clap it up! You in the back with a drink? I see you, dog. Come on, man. Let's have a good time. Here we go. Hey, now let me hear you say yeah. Say yeah.
but we gon' fill it up. Tonight we live it up. And though your heart is empty out, we ain't giving up. Tonight we live it up. So let's live it up. Come on. Come on. Come on, make some noise if y'all with me, man. Hey, 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 hey. Live it up, turn it on, turn it on. There's no better time than that to go on and work it out. Cause we up, live it up, yeah we on, yeah we on. Let's celebrate like we home, make this moment your own. Now when I say live it, y'all say, oh come on, live it. Live it. When I say live it, y'all say, oh come on, live it. Live it. Check it out. What's going down? Oh, you ain't never met us, people go to jail. Great T, 10 years, I'm gonna hold it down. 7 toes, Texas, you in the northwest side of town, so low. It ain't never been an easy route, so it's slow. When you don't make the choice of something out, all go. We ain't have a choice of making out. We regularly speaking of something out, all love, all love. Yeah, always been a motto, always been a leader, never known already follow. Took it off a neutral, perfect for a throttle. Took it out the element, was straight to the Apollo. Woo! Trying to get it straight though. But all of my bills are still paid for. The best way to change the past, 70 times, but keep that in mind. You're never too late, so true. So true, no matter what you go through, don't never let them hold you, no matter what they told you, that was the past, forget yourself, it's the old you, yeah, you gotta grind out, you never know what you might find out, you never know now with the possibilities, remember every miracle begin a tragedy, so, now I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling real good tonight, man, y'all make some noise if you feeling good, but I'm gonna tell you this, man, sometimes it's not always easy. Sometimes you go through some real hard times in life. If you ever felt that pain, let me hear you say, I believe. I said, if you ever felt that pain, let me hear you say, I believe. Sometimes you gotta surrender. Surrender. Sometimes you gotta give it all to God. Yeah. I said, sometimes I'll surrender. You surrender, yeah, I give it all to God, hey, cause it's gonna be okay, now if you with me, say it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's alright, it's okay, we go fight, we go pray, yeah, I need all y'all.
Never had this, money harder than a bad bitch. Do they pull up in the M6? We had to grind hard, started from the back. Link my nigga ASAP and he started hustle hats. Link my nigga Swagger, you know he rep TBB. And I'm a million months a nigga, that's just who I be, yeah.